Hello, this is Patricia Brooks, and this is Courage Concept number 74. Repeating something for a second time does not signify failure. In school, sometimes there were students who had to repeat a grade. And those students who saw that as a failure have carried that as a badge of dishonor. But there are students who recognize that they were not ready to move on to the next grade, and they gained great insights and value from taking that same grade a second time. And we can learn a lot from people who understand this. It is often difficult to realize that you have to do something that you just did all over again because you did not get the results that you want. However, when you reframe that and ask yourself, well, what you can gain and how this could benefit you by doing it a second time, then that changes your energy around it. So I recently interviewed a woman who moved to South Africa and stayed there 90 days and had to return back to the United States penniless. She had to ask her children to buy her plane ticket back. However, she did not look at that as a failure. Instead, she gained lessons from that. And in the time that she was back in the United States, she worked on herself. And she knew she still wanted to live abroad. And now she has done that a second time. But this time, she says, she has tools that she didn't have that first time around. So that is a wise way to view the situation. I am going through, or I am teaching, a beta program to help expat women or women who want to be expats make a move abroad confidently and sustainably. And it's in the beta phase right now, and I'm very excited about how it's going. However, I was not sure that I had enough input, enough members in the group to gain all of the insights to make my program as robust as I would like it to be. And so I was concerned that perhaps I might have to do a second beta. And I was looking at that as a form of failure. However, in speaking to my coach, my business coach, who's helping me work through my beta, she said, no, if you have to do a second beta, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly acceptable. And you will gain so much more information, so much more insight that you can put into the program that you create that will be evergreen. If you don't do a second beta and you go forward and record videos for an evergreen program, you might in 6 months' time find yourself having to re-record those lessons because you did not know enough, did not have enough information to build the most robust program that you wanted to. So in hearing that, that made me understand that sometimes we do need to do something a second time, but that doesn't mean that you have failed the first time. It just means that there is more for you to learn and gain from doing something again. Now, this concept goes to the catalyst for cultivating courage, that is building self-confidence. Because when we are able to reframe repeating something as not being a failure, but as presenting opportunities, or as seeing it as a stepping stone to greater success, then that frees us from the guilt or the lack of confidence that other mindset brings. Now, I'd like for you to consider a time in your life where you had to repeat something, do something a second time because you did not get the results that you wanted the first time around. And I'd like for you to write down how you felt in having to do it over again. Did you feel like a failure, or did you have other feelings? And then I would like for you to write down how shifting or reframing your thought to this is not a failure. This is an opportunity, a stepping stone for me to do something better the next time around. How that makes you feel, what emotions reframing it that way brings up for you, and write those feelings down. And then the next time you have a seeming failure where you might have to repeat something a second time or maybe even a third time, remind yourself of how reframing helped you feel freer and give you permission to do it without shame, blame, or guilt. That is courage concept number 74. Repeating something for a second time does not signify failure. I will see you again next time. Bye for now.